Hey, Yolanda.
Hello, here we are.
Here we are with a load of delicious cupcakes. Would anyone like one?
Well, I would like one because I haven't had one yet.
Oh,
so
I think we
please.
have one.
Thank you.
Allow me. Here you go.
Thank you so much.
And would you like another one?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes, please. Thank you.
We've got to get rid of them somehow, you know. There you go.
Thank you.
And I suppose I ought to have one too. Ah, well, that was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. Dane was there, but you didn't see him. You might have heard him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
You can see his beautiful
BTS.
hands. In
No, they're
Gemma's
not that
beautiful-
great. I need to get my cuticles
Oh
done
my
again,
God, don't
but
even
I
look
mean-
at my nails. I've got chips, I've got grow outs, I've got Halloween eyes. It's not even Halloween for ages.
This is the first time I've started getting my nails done.
Oh, really?
I feel grown.
I mean, they look great.
Well,
so.
thank you.
They do.
Thank you.
They do.
Thank you.
So, Yo, welcome to London.
Thank you.
You have spent most of your time here in the UK, in Birmingham though,
Yes.
haven't you?
Yes, I was at the Cake International show. It's the biggest cake show in the world.
Is it in the world?
In the world.
I did not know that.
It is. It's right here in England. And they've been inviting me for years.
Oh yeah, I bet they have.
But it's a bit of a trip.
Yeah.
Right? I'm so happy we came. It was an experience. It was lovely I love meeting my cake and baking peers and people who
Yeah.
are passionate about the same thing I'm passionate about. Like
Did you meet anyone that you've been wanting to meet for ages?
Let me think. Oh yes, I met a gentleman. He goes by the Cake King, and he makes these hyper realistic cakes. He has a fully tatted arm, and he caked his own hand and arm, and then cut his fingers off in his video.
And
It's
then ate
viral.
them?
I don't know if he eats them, but he just cuts right through his own hand. It's a cake, don't worry, everybody.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he came
Okay.
over to the booth, and as soon as I saw his hand, I knew it was him.
Ah.
That's how imprinted that video is in my mind.
Recognized
Yeah.
by his hand. That's awesome. There are some really talented people out there, like that sort of thing. Like I'd love to think that I could do it, but I definitely can't.
I think you could do it. You've got the patience.
Yeah, I do have patience.
And you have the
to have
tattoos.
patience with a 2-year-old.
Yes, and a 9-year-old.
Oh
Yeah, all of the ages, Gemma, all of them.
9 years old. I can't even imagine my little daughter as a 9-year-old.
I know, and then poof, she'll be 9.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen.
She's already poof, she's 2. Like, what the hell?
Yep.
I don't have any children, so I can't.
I know you look relaxed.
relate,
You
yeah.
look very relaxed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're much too rested.
I could tell.
Yeah.
Speaking of children, though, like, a happy, like, we're sort of book twins, because although this is your new book, isn't
Yes.
it? And it's been out in the other side of the world to here for a little while now, but it's coming out on the same day as our book. So we're like book sisters.
Yes, book buddies, book
Sort of.
sisters. I like it.
Tell us about this book.
So it's called The Perfect Cake, and that's little me. And it's just about little me and my baking journeys. I did start to bake really young. And of course, something goes wrong, as it does in baking and in life and when you're a child.
Oh yeah, look,
But-
the cake is stuck to the tin here on this page.
There's actually...
We've all been there.
Can I show you my favorite
Yeah.
picture? It really sums up who I am. So of course, here we go.
Oh.
Yo is worried. Story of my life. This right here. Right here. And so I figure out a way to make it better. I want to make the perfect cake for my whole family so they'll be happy. And as it turns out, they love me no matter what I do. And the best part is at the back, there's 2 kid-friendly recipes.
Oh, I'm
for
going to
different-
bake them with
so you
Eden.
can- there you go. Yes, that's why I brought
Thanks.
this.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I did drop a few hints, but thanks so much for picking them up.
So did you pack the book?
Oh, I love it. I'm going to bake with Eden. We actually baked together for the sort of second time only just like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah?
Yeah, and she
Does
loved
she
it.
love it? Of course.
She did really like it, but she got really frustrated that she couldn't eat it immediately. Like, when it came out of the oven and it was piping hot, we were like, look what you made. And she was like, but I want it now. And she got so upset. But, yeah.
Patience. See, you're teaching her patience.
I think that is a
Exactly.
good lesson
Yes,
to learn and
yes.
through the art of baking.
Yeah.
Patience. Because we were saying that earlier, weren't we? Like, even for things like buttercream, you can't rush these things, otherwise it's going to be horrible.
No, you need patience in every area of baking. You know, sometimes you're microwaving butter to get it to the right consistency. Sometimes you're waiting to cream the butter and sugar. Sometimes you're waiting for a cake to bake. And in cake decorating, boy, do you need patience.
You do.
Yeah.
Every step of the way.
Especially the kind of cakes that you do or have done in the past.
Yes.
Like, they take so long and it's incredible. And I remember seeing, this is like a surreal moment for me because I'm like fangirling. But Because I remember seeing the watermelon cake that you did, Walter.
Walter.
Yeah.
Walter Melon.
So
yes.
cool. And if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. 'Cause
Oh,
it's
everyone's
amazing.
seen him. Everyone knows who Walter is.
Everyone should have
Walter,
seen him.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just incredible. And like, that went viral.
Yes.
And like, how did you feel when that kind of blew up?
I mean, it was surreal because when I started, I've been a cake decorator for 24 years. So when I started the channel, I had this bucket list of dream cakes that I'd always wanted to cake.
Yeah.
But I made cakes for clients. I had to make whatever they paid me for, quite frankly. And Walter was one of those cakes. And it just, what I love about Walter is he's decorated on the outside and on the inside.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's such a cake experience. And of course, we added all the silly bits of me finding him in a tree in the park. And all that. We made him a character, right? He's larger than life. So when it went viral, I just thought, I knew this was a good idea because in my mind, I had pictured this cake for so long.
Yeah.
And it was great to see how everyone received it. We
Yeah.
actually had a fan from South Korea DM us, and she taped the South Korean news because my cake was on the South Korean news.
Wow.
And she translated. She spoke into the camera and let us know what they were saying. And
Oh, that's
it
amazing.
was incredible.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it's still the most viewed cake on the channel.
How many views does it
I
have?
think it has 14 million or
Whoa,
something like that.
that's nuts.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's almost like a Bieber song.
I know. Another Canadian. Maybe it's a Canadian thing.
Maybe it is, yeah.
You're very popular. But like, I feel like you started the whole viral cake video thing, like,
Yeah.
or people making cake versions, or not that people weren't doing that before in the world, right? But like,
Right.
I feel like after Walter, and like doing what you did, I feel like people wanted more to like cakeify everyday stuff,
Yeah.
and put it on YouTube,
Yeah. No, I think.
or like bake the biggest version of some other thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I feel like you started that craze.
Well, thank you. I think, you know, it's interesting because, like I said, I did this for years and no one was watching. And then there was a rise of cake TV, certainly,
Yeah.
which made, I mean, I really enjoyed it because it made it easier for me to find my tools and fondant. Things were really hard to find before that cake craze. Now they're in the grocery store.
Yeah.
But I think we were worried when we headed to YouTube. We were like, are we too late? We're not riding the right wave. But I think because I do something that a lot of people hadn't seen before, but I talked about it. I blab. This is how I talk about myself. I just blab about it. I make a Walter cake and then I sit down and I'm like, yeah, I did this and I threw on the fun and then you paint it like this. I'm not very instructional. Like I'm really casual about it. And I think that's why people love watching a transformation. This is what I believe.
Yeah.
So they love the transformation of the cakes in the pans to a watermelon, and then of course seeing me cut into it.
Yeah, but it's a kind of magic. Like I think all cakes are a kind of magic,
Yes.
really. Like when you put really basic ingredients together and then suddenly it becomes something delicious or really impressive to look at or whatever. But then you go the extra mile and make it look like an everyday item, and suddenly you've got like double magic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe even triple magic.
And I always
Exactly.
loved art. So I loved baking and I loved art. And so what I do is just the perfect blend
Merge them
of those
together.
two things.
Yeah, and the colors and the textures that you bring out in like the finished product is just incredible.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
They are.
It's
Thank
so
you.
lifelike.
Yeah. What has been your? Because you make some really big things.
Yeah.
I can only imagine, knowing like what I do, how long that takes. Like how long things take. But I'd really like to know what has taken you the longest time.
I don't like to talk about him. In general, the cakes take 2 to 4 days. Weather affects us sometimes, but my son loved Lego Ninjago.
Oh yeah.
So I made a cake of Lloyd, who's the main character. And he was probably like 3 feet tall or so. Never again.
I love how she's like 3 feet tall, like it's no big deal.
Never. Because Lego, I mean, I have to, you know, people love Lego. So every time
Yeah.
I make something on the channel that has a fandom,
You have
I
to be
become
true
so
to it.
scared.
Yeah.
I become so scared because I don't want to get it wrong.
And there's the angles, and it's so straight and precise, all the blocks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I had to, first I built his legs, then I remeasured, then I built his torso, then I remeasured. Because even as you add fondant, you change the measurements.
Yeah, cool.
So you can't get ahead of yourself. He took forever.
How long?
He took 4 days.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
4 days, and then we spent the next day just taking pictures of him. He
Yeah.
took.
Did your son ever actually see this cake? Or
He
you
did,
just like,
he did.
I just wanted to just
Yeah.
get it out of my sight.
No, my son is on set a lot. He's basically grown up on set from
Yeah.
the time he was a baby. So he saw it and he really, really loved it. But Lloyd was a lot of work.
Yeah.
Never
A
again,
lot.
Lloyd.
A lot of fondant.
Well, it's funny because I was going to ask you another question, which was, have there been any cakes that you've filmed that have gone so badly wrong that you've just been like, let's just chuck it in the bin?
I've never chucked a cake, only after the fact. But there are a few that I'd love to take down. There's a few cakes I'd really love to take down. One of them is Chip from Beauty and the Beast. Remember they made the life version of Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah.
And the original cartoon Chip, he's so cute and chipper and cartoony, but I made the life version. I did not like him. I did not enjoy him. I thought he was creepy. I had an issue with the white. What you do is you use white food coloring and you paint it on and it cracks off fondant.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Except I tried a new brand and it didn't work. So we
It's
stopped.
always nice to try a new brand on
On
camera.
camera. That's what I learned that day. So we stopped, scoured the city for more white food coloring, came back. So he was just so much work. And I cursed at him the whole time. We cut out the cursing, of course.
Yeah.
I curse like a lot at cakes and people don't. Although someone saw it once. I made a poop emoji cake.
Oh, yeah.
And as I was putting it onto a stand, I was cursing under my breath. And Orhan, people read my lips.
Oh, really?
And the
No.
comments were just full of, oh my God, she's swearing, because it's so scary to move a cake you've spent all that time creating.
It is. Oh, my
One
gosh.
wrong move and you wreck it.
We've done some big cakes, not on the channel, but because that's not really what we do on the channel so much, but with CRUMBS and DOILIES, we've had some really big stacked cakes and delivering, I would be like delivering like a 6-tier cake, and they're heavy. And you know, they're on MDF, so that's already heavy. And then you've got like 6 tiers of cake going up in a lift with nowhere to like put it. You know, and
you're holding it away from yourself.
Yeah,
You can't
you
even,
have
it's not
to
a
hold
box.
it in a
you
certain
can't lean it on
way.
yourself.
And so you're like, you get halfway up and you're like, ugh. And I've had some near misses. I've had some accidents with cakes, but,
Yeah,
but
so
I've also had
terrifying.
some like, I don't know if I can carry this for any longer.
Yeah.
I've never dropped a cake. I can say that.
Knock
And
on
done
wood
hot.
and don't say things like that out loud.
Oh.
That's
We
not
have some
nice.
wood here if you
All
would
right,
like.
right
Yes.
Do you
So,
find that people, that's a question people love to ask me.
yeah.
Have you ever dropped a cake?
Yes, like they would assume that you have.
Yeah, it's like asking, have you ever dropped your baby? It's like that. It's a big
mean-
deal. No.
I don't think I've ever dropped a cake. I've dropped a cupcake, but I mean, you can just pick another one up.
Yeah.
It's true.
But I don't think I've ever dropped a cake. Oh, I have done the classic thing where you pick up a cake and it's on a board and you get your fingers under this and you can't quite get your fingers on and then you do and you stab the side of the cake.
Yes.
Never had
Oh,
that?
I've poked a
yes.
cake.
Oh,
Yes.
that's so annoying. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, I
the
know what
force
you
that you
mean,
do
yeah.
it with as well is actually quite hard.
Especially sometimes getting it out of this fridge, if it's on a really thin cake board, it's hard to get underneath. And so you just end up, you might push it into the back of the fridge. It's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have, after all these years, we have ways, don't we? Like, slide a little palette knife
That's
underneath.
what I do.
Yeah.
I like that technique.
Yeah,
Little
it's
tricks.
good.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, this has been so lovely. It's been
has been
absolutely
lovely.
gorgeous having you here.
Thank you. I've enjoyed it. Thanks for this cake chat.
You're welcome.
You're
We could
welcome on the
chat all
couch
day.
anytime.
Welcome to Cake Chat, and we'll see you next week. Next week, we'll discuss tiered cakes. Join
Oh,
us.
the
This
tier-
could be a show. People would watch
Yes.
People
they
may watch
would.
this.
Should
Let
it be a
us know
morning
in the
show?
comments if you
A
would
morning
watch this.
show.
A morning show.
Yeah.
I like this.
No
Does it
one
have
watches
to-
midday shows.
No one.
No, they're
because everyone's
working.
Yeah.
at their jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss daytime TV. Well, anyway, thanks so much for coming. Don't forget, you can catch both our collab that we did on Yo's channel and on our channel, and you can see them all now. They're all there for you, so make sure you do that. And
Enjoy.
hopefully, we'll see you again soon.
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe
Come to my side of the pond.
maybe I'll come over to you.
Yes, wait till it warms up. No
Okay.
winter butter. Let's
No.
not deal with winter
Oh
butter.
no, we're not coming.
You don't
in
wanna
winter.
meet her.
I don't need
She's
all those
difficult.
layers in my
Yeah,
life. It's
yeah.
too much packing.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, see you in the summer.
Cupcake?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.
This is the life.
Sure
This is the life.
Oh.
All I do is eat on cameras.
That's
I don't
true.
know how I got this job. It's good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's worse jobs. Good. Nice one.
Nice. We're gonna leave Grace here. I know you guys need her.
We do need someone to cut. Because we sometimes just don't know when.
I actually felt the anticipation. You were like,
When is it?
cut! Is it gonna be happening?